inspired, and I have to tell you, is just that relationship that came from such a pure place of love and inspiration has really inspired me to take my steps in a different direction than I was actually ever expecting. And I just think that that itself speaks to the power of women and how we can support and uplift each other to accomplish incredible things. So I want to start off with that. And it also encouraged me to connect with Paige as well. And I was able to really learn a lot about the magic that happens here in this space. And I think we've all known how incredible it is to be a woman, right? It doesn't always feel easy, but that doesn't mean we don't understand the magic that we are. And women are creators naturally, whether they choose to exercise that right or not. Um, I think that for us to be able to get together in these spaces and share creative ideas and artwork and all of these support for each other is such an incredibly powerful thing. And it really doesn't take much to show up and be supportive, right? And so that's what I wanted to start off with. And so it's such a special place that we even have the opportunity to gather here and share artwork and ideas and support for each other from people that are from all over, right? We would have maybe never crossed paths. And it's really just special in itself. Don't you agree? And so I'm grateful for that. And it's really been life
Yes.
changing. I had quite the journey that brought me here. And what's continued to carry myself through this process to help others has been the inspiration that you guys have brought to the equation. And whether you realize it or not, 100%, nearly every person in this room, I've almost met all of you, and you've all truly inspired. And it's helped fuel and motivate in the conversations that we've had about what's next. What's next for all of us, right? What's the next step? Because if we just stay in the same space, what comes from that? Nothing necessarily good. Do we grow? And it's necessary. Because if you don't grow, you get uncomfortable and miserable. And we have to continue to grow and thrive and reach for the sun. And we know that the sun is beyond, right? So, how do we get there? And what does that mean for us? And each and every one of you have had an incredible experience in here in most capacities. That's why you continue to come. And what is Women in Horizons meant for you? I think that that's something that you do have to ask yourself. What has the impact been for you as an individual, whether it's financial or the support or for your business or your creativity, whatever that means to you? And then what's going to help you take it to the next level? And and that's what's important is the beyond is more than just a physical place. It's also the idea of what's next and how we're always striving to be greater, right? And so there's a couple things I want to share with you, and I had taken some notes. Let me put my controller down here because I think there's a few key points when we think about the actual definition of beyond, all right, and what that means. And so for women, thinking beyond their circumstances often does entail transcending limitations and expectations imposed by society, by culture, by personal experiences. It also involves envisioning, I would say, great envisioning, in my opinion, envisioning the possibilities of beyond. This is actually so important and what those current constraints are as far as pursuing goals. What's hold back? What do you feel is holding you back, right? And you have to acknowledge those things. But that's going to help you work through pursuing those goals in your aspirations, as well as the self actualization, which is regardless of obstacles, because they're always going to be there. I do think that, when I thought about beyond, this is something that Paige and I and had tossed the idea around because I feel like we're ready as a group to grow to the next level and continue in our journeys and what that means. We're going to take time during this experience to discover that. And I want you to think to yourself, what's worked for you, what's helped you, and what else do you want out of these experiences that we share together in Women in Horizons that's going to help you make a meaningful impact? because a lot of us here have resources or ideas or ways that we can support each other, and we want to make it meaningful. So, when thinking beyond encompasses a few things that I think are really important, it encompasses breaking free from traditional roles, stereotypes, and systemic barriers to embrace empowerment, autonomy, and to reach your full potential. And these words are so important. And so it's not about us individually, it's really about expanding our individual horizons, but doing it in a collaborative way. Does that make sense? And I think that we have to challenge norms, we have to be disruptive, and we have to strive for greater equality, opportunity, and fulfillment. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. I look forward to talking more about the beyond and what that means for us women in horizons and now beyond, and how we start to think about what's next on our journey and how we can further support each other. So thank you guys so much. And I'm excited to have the next today and tomorrow with you guys. Thank you.